You'll never achieve millionaire status unless you grasp this fundamental concept. Here's where you are now, and here's where you want to be. The space in between? I call it the performance gap. The key difference between those who become millionaires and those who just scrape by is their relentless focus on closing this gap. Most people follow a chaotic path, up and down, zigzagging without ever reaching their destination. A millionaire's path, even if slow and steady, is more direct, eventually leading to their goal. My own journey was different. I moved from point A to point B quite quickly. Honestly, I think the only reason I succeeded was that I had no other options. I wasn't particularly talented or smart, nor did I have any impressive qualifications to fall back on. After being mistreated by my first boss, I quit the 9-to-5 grind and vowed to achieve wealth as fast as possible. I committed fully to bridging the performance gap and became a millionaire in my 20s. If there's one thing you should take away from this video, let it be this: the money you earn is directly tied to the value you provide. The bigger the problems you solve, the more money you'll make, and the faster you'll close the gap. Start by drawing a Venn diagram. In the first section, list the things you love doing, whether it's racing cars, traveling, or anything else that excites you. In the second section, write down the skills you're good at, like leading teams or building models. Finally, in the third section, include things people are willing to pay for, such as consulting or design work. The mistake most people make is focusing on only one section: passion, skill, or market value. Imagine picking a job you love but earning minimum wage, or being skilled at something but barely scraping by, or chasing high-paying work you hate. The sweet spot is where all three overlap. I call it the value zone. I discovered my value zone early by combining my passion for model helicopters, my skill in building them, and the demand for advice and products in that niche. That led me to open multiple stores and launch my own brand. The problem is, most people look for a side hustle first and then try to fit themselves into it. Instead, find your value zone and then select the right hustle. Once you've identified your value zone, choose two vehicles, one for earning money actively and another for investing passively. Your active vehicle might be a service-based business, which requires low startup costs and minimal risk. Your passive vehicle, like investing in stocks, ensures your money grows over time without much effort. When investing, think long-term. For example, with tools like the S&P 500 Index Fund, you can grow wealth steadily through consistent contributions. Remember, investing isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about playing the long game. Now focus on your resources: time, money, and energy. Draw a graph to evaluate how you're spending each and identify areas where you can cut back. Redirect those resources into activities that align with your goals. Building wealth requires sacrifices. Early in my career, I sacrificed social time and leisure, but the results were worth it. Avoid distractions like jumping between side hustles, commit to one path, and stay consistent. Remember, excuses won't close the performance gap, but overcoming obstacles will. Finally, never stop learning. Knowledge compounds just like wealth. By constantly challenging yourself and building on past experiences, you'll create a solid foundation for long-term success. Sacrifices are essential, but if you're unwilling to make them, your dreams will become the sacrifice. Subscribe to this channel for more insights on building wealth.